Hey everyone, I am just doing an update today, and I've been digging trenches, digging some pipes up and things of that nature, and a lot of bushes and roots and things like that. So I'm just going to show you what I've been doing the past couple days and give you an idea of what's going to be coming up in the next couple days, hopefully the next week, but if all goes well. So I'm going to flip this around and I will show you what's going on. So first thing is out here in the addition area, I sit down here. I strung some string and just around here and just kind of checking levelness, but also I hung what's called a plumb bob from the top here, this joist here on the outside, because that'll be sitting on top of that exterior wall that'll be sitting on top of the stem wall. So I wanted to find center and then start digging a trench here, but I had a big piece of concrete. I had bricks around here, so I dug all that out. This is an old drain tile system. The pipe comes out here that ran along the side of the house, and it looks like I'm gonna have to rent the jackhammer a third day because this thing is about, I'd say 10 to 12 inches thick, this base that the chimney sat on. And I should probably dig this out, or at least dig this out just so I can put a new drain tile in there. But anyway, and then I gotta seal up this wall eventually, but I gotta fill in these empty bricks. They go down about 3 rows or so. So fill that up with concrete so it's nice and flat and stable. And then I can put one of those threaded poles up here that are in, like we have in the basement now, and hold up the center of this reinforced concrete bar, and then just wall this off real nicely. So anyway, and back to the trenching. So here's where the trenches are going to be over here. I dug all this up yesterday, so the chickens are having fun finding all sorts of stuff, but I just kind of threw all the shrubbery over here, mostly blackberries and more blackberries and some poison ivy too. And so anyway, I wanted to pull that as far back as I could so that I could dig the trench here, pour the concrete, but also once that's done to frame the walls and put up the sheathing and siding and all that. So I just wanted to make sure that this was all out. And there were also sumac. There was some pretty decent sized sumac growing in here, and so they had some pretty established root systems. So that was fun. And then I had another course of brick that was hiding under the dirt here. And then also over yonder there was a brick walkway that went out from the main part here, and I thought I had hit the end, but it turns out I didn't. It went all the way out and then went straight over there. So I don't know, they must have just had extra brick and didn't know what to do with it. So anyway, it was in under there. And then this concrete platform that the brick came out here, and I got it out to about there. Well, it keeps on going and keeps on going, and there's probably, I don't know, 3.5 inches of dirt on top of it out there, and it just kind of keeps going deeper and deeper under the dirt. So when I use the jackhammer for this, I'll use it for that too, kind of make the most of it. But anyway, so again, these strings are kind of marking the center of where I want my trenches to be for my footings. And then I'll put forms up to form the stem walls, so it'll be all just one pour for the footing and the stem wall together. And I'll try to do some more video next week. I'm going to be getting some rebar, bending it, tying it together, raising it up so it's kind of in the middle of the footer and not on the bottom. And then again, I dropped the plumb bob from this, which will end up being the rim joist, and then so this 2x6 wall, the edge of it will go right underneath here, and then the siding will go up the sides of the 2x6 studs and onto the rim joist as well. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of that. I guess for down here, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but oh yeah, so I got a lot of this trenching done, and then when I came over here, so I don't know if you remember, but the concrete slab was poured out to here. This is where the edge of it was, and I thought I had gotten all the concrete, but apparently this giant square was poured prior, and then they poured more concrete over the top of it, because as you can see, there's mortar from, looks like concrete block or something. I don't know what was going on, but just for some scale, here's my hand, just to give you an idea of how big this chunk is. It's probably a good 2 by 2 feet by 2 feet, and it's probably another 10 to 12 inches thick, just like the fireplace foundation over there. I tried chiseling it off with my hammer, and it's just like, yeah, I don't even have an analogy for it. It's just going slow as molasses. So that was another thing. I gotta finish this trench out. So that's another reason I figured, you know what, I should just do an extra day with a jackhammer. And then there was a nice, huge cement post that was poured here for what? I have no idea, but it's right here. I pulled that out. And there's another one I found while digging through all the shrubbery over there. That's kind of, if you look where the gutter is, it's probably out another foot or so from that. Again, I have no idea what for, but the mysteries of what people were doing beforehand. So anyway, again, we'll finish off this trench here. I'm making them about 18 inches wide. You can see where I kind of painted it before, but this line was over too far. I had to move it about 3 inches this way. So it'd be in the center. And so I'll remeasure and repaint, and then that's where I'll dig the footer trench. And then these posts with the jacks will stay where they are. I may need an extra one for over yonder, like over here, because this joist will be the very end, and these two are not held up. So when I take down this post, that won't be good. So I need to kind of figure that out. But plus I need to add another post for the end. So this will be the end of the house, and that'll be the next, where the end of the post is. So this will be the gap between the end of the house and the end of the deck. So anyway, this needs support too. So we'll end up having to do that as well. So here's some more of that brick that I pulled out right around here. I think that's it for over here. I can't think of anything else. I ordered a cement mixer. It'll be here Monday. And a really long hose, because we got to go from the water meter, which I'll walk up to now, and I'll show you what I've been doing up there. Hey kitty. So the reason being is I was going to trench for the water main, but the engineer for the electrical for this pole to go from overhead like we have now to go underground and trench all the way over. So I want to take these overhead lines and this weatherhead off, and the meter will move over underneath on the side of the addition. And so the soonest an engineer could come out and just talk about that was the 15th of November. So it looks like 2.5 weeks. And I was going to rent the trencher for a day or two in a row so I could do the water main that comes down and goes all the way to the house, and trench for that electric. But I don't know if he's going to let me, or how deep it needs to be, or any of that. So I'm just going to hold off on that. Let's, so here we are at the water main. So what I've been doing is the water main comes off the meter here and then goes this direction towards the house. So I ended up digging down in this very hard compact dirt, and cutting about, I don't know, 3 inches off or so. So here's the piece that I cut, and I'm going to use a little bit of it to come out. I'm going to reconnect this to the meter, and it's just going to come out a little bit, and then we're going to put a shark bite on the end of it, and it's going to make a 90. And then we're going to have a little bit of pecs right here, which I had to buy a whole 5-foot stick for. It's the shortest they sell them. And then put this adapter on that's a female, and then that female will go into the hose bib, and it'll come up kind of straight up, and then I can connect the hose and then run my 100-foot hose that I bought all the way down to the house, and then I got another 50-foot run that I'll put on the end of the 100-foot hose and go into the basement and out back so I can mix the cement. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wrangle buckets of water from all the way up here to all the way down on the back. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been working on. So thanks, and I'll update you when I have some more to update you with. Thanks a lot.